Hello everyone. Today we're going to be discussing different methods for remembering der, die, and das, or in any other language this can be applied as well, in French or in Spanish, since I'm only going to be discussing the methods today. Now, this comes from a question from dineshniti. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. And he wanted to ask this question. Obviously, it is really difficult to memorize the articles for the noun. Is there any special way to remember all those articles? Now, after that, he did send me a link, and it had different endings for all the different nouns. So that is one possibility. So, for example, for the masculine der, the endings ismus and ling, those will most of the time be masculine. Now there's a link to the site underneath. It'll be the first link, so look down there and there'll be a link. Also, too, it mentioned things like die, for die, all the words that end in height or kite or those are all feminine too. Now, in German, most of the rules aren't always the rules. There are always a lot of exceptions. So these are just generalizations. You can use this web page, as I said, and anything else, similar web pages, to find the endings and learn the endings for the particular words. Also, too, there are groupings. I know in German, at least, that most of the days, the months, and seasons are masculine, or most trees, flowers, and fruits are feminine. You can also use that, too. Now, that will be the second link underneath, has something similar as well. Now, that's enough to say about the websites. Now we're going to go into different methods. So the first one I'd like to talk about is the Berlitz method. Now, I read about this years ago when I was trying to study Spanish back in high school or something like that. And the Berlitz method would say, okay, you're going to take, for all masculine nouns, you're going to take a man in your mind and then associate him with that noun. So, der Stuhl, think of a man sitting in a chair. Or der Sessel, think of a guy watching football and jumping up from his armchair and going, yay! And then you always remember that. And so every time you think, oh, der Stuhl, you think in your mind, oh, man sitting in a chair. That is one method. So they had the man for the masculine, the woman for the feminine, and they used a flag for neuter, so whatever flag of the language that you're learning. That is good. There's another variation on that. It's kind of similar, like the sign or the picture method. Now, if you're doing something like Dutch, maybe, where you only have to differentiate mainly from het and de, then you would probably put, you could put all the het words, you can take pictures for that and stick them all on a wall like a poster. Now, variation on that, you could make all those words interact with each other. So you could take a bunch of der words and put them together. Or put a bunch of female words and put them together, you know what I mean? Have die Sonne, Natur. So imagine nature with the sun shining and the sun sticking its tongue out. Okay, that's the method. I don't know. The next method is the physical object method that my German teacher used. I know this sounds kind of ridiculous, but she actually had Barbie clothes and plastic toy food. And we actually used them in class, and we'd have to take it up and pick it up and say in front of everyone if it was der, die, or das. And then we walk around the room, and we'd find a partner, and they'd show us their vegetable or piece of clothing, and they'd say der, die, or das, and you'd have to say it right. And if you get it wrong, they're like, no, I have to do it again. And you do it over and over again. And then also, too, she'd just throw everything on a table, and then you have to sort out these things were die, these things were das, these things were der, and just separate them out into piles, too, visually. That works. So, yeah, that would be method number 3. And method number 4, plain hardcore memorization. I hate to say it, but since German does have a lot of exceptions, and I'm sure a lot of other languages have exceptions to the sexes of the nouns, then some words you are really just going to have to memorize. Make flashcards, read them over and over again. Sounds ridiculous, but there's a benefit to this. After you do this so long, you'll start to hear it, and you'll hear when it's wrong. Das Geheimnis. If you try to say der Geheimnis or die Geheimnis, it sounds wrong in your head. No, it's das Geheimnis. I know it is because I've heard it 10,000 times. A lot of words have to be learned this way. So, dineshniti, I really hope that I helped you with this video, and I hope I helped everyone else who is looking for methods to memorize the different sexes of their nouns. And I wish everyone a wonderful day, and until next time, auf Wiedersehen.